everybody, it's Stephanie in The Secret Place, and we're here to talk about meditations of the heart. Howard Thurman again. He's such a fantastic, was such a wonderful believer and had so much to show us and share with us in terms of wisdom. This is a verse he starts with from the Psalms. O Lord, how long shall I cry for help, and thou wilt not hear? How long, O Lord? The prayer experience must ever take into account the times of dryness, times of denials and emptiness. The reasons for this are numerous. It may be due to scattered thoughts or attachment to plans, ideas or experiences that break the divine accord, or to bad timing, when the mood of prayer is strangely alien to the Spirit, or to the movement of the Spirit of God in a manner unpredictable and strange. It is very instructive that the mystics, despite their insistence upon the necessity of spiritual disciplines and exercises, are careful to point out that the exercises themselves do not guarantee the coming of the Spirit or the awareness of the presence. Always undergirding prayer, there must be an attitude of trust and confidence that submits one's total enterprise to the will and the mind of God. That's beautiful. I thought I'd talk about that today because there are dry times, aren't there, my friends? Tell me there's not dry times for you. Times where you recognize that the joy, the peace, the centeredness, the beauty, the praise, all the things that you do and that you give to God and that He gives to you to walk through this life in a positive, confirming, upbeat, confident way. It's not there. It's just not there. And you've probably heard, if you've listened to this little video more than once, you've heard and you know that this is common, that embarking on the spiritual path, embarking on your walk with God, getting to know Him, does not guarantee that every day will be a beautiful day in the neighborhood. You know, there are some really down days in the neighborhood. There are some really upsetting and dark days in our soul. The sun might be shining, right? But in our soul, it's dark. In our heart, in the depths of our soul, it doesn't feel positive. And this is just part of the condition of being human. This is just part of what we all deal with. We don't often let each other know, right? I mean, I have not recorded a Secret Place video in a few weeks. I've been busy, but I haven't been feeling well. I've had some physical ailments that have dragged me down, not into a place of negativity, but boy, just dragged me away from that place of positivity. And I thought, why put you through that? You know, why let you see my face just dragged down with pain? Most of us are like that. We don't want other people to see us in pain, hurting, whether it's physical or emotional. And there are many other things, as Thurman is saying, that lead us into the dry times, the times of emptiness. And they kind of eclipse, if you will, the sense of his Spirit. Those things can never take away the presence of God. That's what I want us to remember today, is that no matter how dry the times are or empty we feel, void of God's presence, that doesn't mean He's not there. God is there. And recognizing that and being aware of that and remembering that, especially in the dry times, is the time that gets us through. And that's what faith is all about. Faith is not that like, oh, I have such a strong faith and I'm gliding through this wonderful life and I've had such a great year. It doesn't take a lot of faith to say that if you've had a great year and everything's going well. It takes a lot of faith to live that and speak that and live that if you're not having a great year, if you're not having a good time, if you are suffering, if you are in pain. It takes faith, and that's what faith is all about. Faith is not certainty. And so I just want to remind you today that there's nothing you can do. If you've been going through a dry time for months, God is still there. He's still present with you. He's present with me. I think Thurman is talking more about the awareness of His presence. And if you have tasted of that awareness of the presence of God, if you've walked into a cathedral and you've been all by yourself in the silence and you sense the presence of God, or walked into the cathedral of the woods where the sand and the sea, and you've been all by yourself, or you've been outside looking at the stars like Abraham did, and you sense the majesty and splendor of the Lord. You sense his presence. There's nothing like that. That's where the word awesome comes in. But everyday experience is not like that. And yet, he is there. And he will, that sense of God's presence will return to you. I can't guarantee it, but I know that the more we persevere and sometimes even just step back and say, Lord, I'm going to pray. I'm going to read the scriptures. I'm going to do devotions. I'm going to walk out this life of faith faithfully as I can. But I'm going to stop striving to taste that presence again. Lord, just thank you for that moment. You'd be surprised how the presence of God, the awareness of his presence can catch you unaware, can be serendipitous to you. I love serendipity. That sense of surprise. We didn't realize it. And it's there. Something beautiful is there. God's presence is beautiful. I long for him every day. Some days I sense his presence so mightily and majestically. And other days I say, Lord, am I a Christian? And then I confess, yes, I am a Christian. I follow you, Christ. However poorly some days I follow you. However unfaithfully or full of doubt I follow you. I follow you. And you are with me. He is with you too, my friend. Seek his face today. And join me again in the secret place next time. Until then, I hope that you click like or subscribe and that you will get this regularly. If not, if it's just one time coming on in, thanks for being here. Bye now.